There we go. Did you guys hear what I said? Or was I mumbling? Because all of a sudden it showed that I was muted for some reason. Whatever. Anyways, if y'all didn't hear me, welcome to the channel. Thank God that you all here. Help me out. We got 5 weeks to raise $2,500 one way or another, whether it's by donation, gifts, uh, buying coins, whatever. If you don't want a coin, that's fine. You can always donate. Send me your, if you're buying something or you want to buy something, send me an email at revrobertcornell@gmail.com. You'll see it across the bottom of the screen. And I'll put your address and information into my little black book that's stored in my safe. I'm the only one that gets that information, unless somebody steals it from the email, which, is pretty good security, I would have to say. And let's face it, nothing's a secret these days. But I will put your name in the book, and that way, if you make further purchases, it's already in there. You know what I mean? And then we've already established a basis to go off of. What else? So we got all kinds of stuff going on every year for those who are first comers or people just tuning in. Every year during this time of the season, we get together, certain people of the channel that you'll meet. Um, and what happens is I buy a bunch of coins throughout the year. I auction them off at certain starting points, and then make a bunch of money. Mary Ann, uh, my better half, well, hopefully my better half. Sometimes I think I'm her better half. She goes out and she purchases a bunch of stuff, and then we give that to different charities, whether it be the battered women's shelter or children that don't have any homes, adoption agencies or churches, different types of philanthropies that we choose to give to every year, which can be different. And the only thing that I ask for is a letter, just saying thank you for the people of the channel, and I usually bring that, show that to everybody on the channel so that they see that that's actually happened. And generally, I do a short video and I show all the different stuff that I actually purchased with the money, so you can see where the profits from selling items actually go. I'm very transparent. I don't need to do this to make money, and that's not what I'm here to do. I'm not here to make money for myself. I don't need to do that. I do that other ways, buying, selling guitars, fixing guitars, and I'm semi-retired anyway. So, with that being said, I want to be transparent for all you new people, so you do understand who I am, what I am. You can ask anybody that, hey, what's up? Oh, so you can ask anybody in the chats who I am. I'm a very transparent guy. I don't BS around. It is what it is. If you like it, you like it. If you don't like it, then pass. It's just how auctions work. Sometimes we get off track here. Don't get mad. We get into conversations, and it just happens. And sometimes some conversations might last 20 minutes. So bear with us. That's just how we run things here. We're not an auction house. We're just people having an auction. With that being said, Pastor Bob, and we'll get started as soon as we get some more people in here. Man, you're in here quick tonight, also. You are on. You are on it. Hey, look. So, you know how you're always looking for a pen? People always looking for a pen, right? Check this pen out. And your pen goes out, so I can pick a black pen, or a green pen, or a blue pen. Oh, cool. I'm glad you took a nap. I took one earlier. Look at this pen. Ain't that cool? Man, if you lose this pen, something's wrong. I seen it and I snagged it. And it's got little dinosaurs on it. Mary will probably yell at me later because I took it out of a box upstairs, which I don't know what the box is for, but I took it anyway because I thought it was cool. There's 3 of them up there. Thought about auctioning one off. I think it's cool. You can hang your pen up too, I love it. I think it's neat. Something stuck in that one. Oh, I think it's. Oh, they got it wrapped around. I thought it was stuck. A bonehead. Took me 5 minutes to figure out how to use it. Oh man. Hey, I gotta tell you what I did. See, it's only you and me in here right now. So I bought a tablet. So I bought a Samsung I think it's a S6 Slim. So lady had it. The screen was all smashed on it. And she bought a different one, right? So I took it apart and replaced it. I replaced the screen on it. Took it all apart and put all new components in it. Pretty cool, huh? Saved myself a few $100 doing that. Hey, if you're talented, you can do things, right? And you save yourself hundreds of dollars. Now, by God, anybody watching this, don't be sending them off to me and having me fix them. They take me a while. I think it took me about an hour and a half to fix that thing. Because, you're working with electronics and, small little pieces of electronics, and you got to be very careful, especially the ribbon cables, You got to be careful when you're messing with, replacing screens. But it came out good, though. I like it. So, anyway, I was pretty proud of that. That's kind of cool to have, Plus, I have a 1 terabyte SSD card in it. So, if I want to do storage and stuff like that, it's easy to put it on there. So, anyways, how's everybody's week been? I hope good. Mary bought me a coffee earlier from Cumberland Farms. And let me tell you, I don't know how many hours that thing was percolating in that coffee pot. But, buddy, I took a big old gulp off it because I was thirsty. I mean, it gave me the heebie-jeebies. Oh, my God. What was in here? Oh, that's where them went. I was looking for these. Looking for these opals. I couldn't find them, and they were down here. Goes to figure, whenever I can't find something. Oh, that's where that is, too. Oops. My gemstone jar. Bunch of gemstones in there. Pretty cool, huh? I usually put beads and whatever else in there. Just laying around. Uneventful. Man, I'll tell you what. Well, I did get the pads in the ground out there. So I got all the pads set up. They're ready to go. So I'll give them 24 hours and then I'll be ready to frame off of my thing and get that all done. And then tomorrow I got to take the bottom half of the door off of Mary's shed that I built her. Cut the bottom off and then put a sweep on the bottom and then finish a couple of things on the inside. And that way she could pack her stuff out there. Whew, I'm telling you, it's been something. Well, I got a friend down here, Spider. I don't know what he thinks he's doing, but I guess he thought he was going to move in while I wasn't around for some reason. Oh my God. I almost came down an hour ago because I didn't put my clocks back. I thought that they were going to do away with daylight savings time. I guess they're not doing away with daylight savings time. So I was an hour ahead, and I was like, man, I got another hour. So I don't know if you guys watch a lot of YouTube or not, but I do. And I watch this guy. He's got a channel. It's called Pulitzer Opal. Now, everybody knows I've been cutting gemstones for years, right? And I have to be in the mood to cut gemstones. That's just how it is. Because when you're faceting gemstones, if your head isn't screwed on right, or something's bothering you, you could easily screw up stones that are thousands and thousands of dollars. And it's much different cutting, gemstones for faceting. Not to say that you can't facet an opal, but opals are much different. You got lots of cracks and crevices and potch and base stone and pumice and dog hairs. What else is on there? And sometimes you can have a big old piece, this size, and the next thing you know, when you get done, you got one the size of this dime. Oh, it's just the way it happens when you're looking for gem quality. So I watch this guy. He is a hoot. I mean, even if you're really not into gemstones, but you just need a good laugh, it's called Pulitzer Opal, and it's on YouTube. Pulitzer Opal. He is a hot ticket. He is, boy. He is funny. So if you ever need a good laugh, he's a good guy to go watch. I mean, and I learned a lot from him. I've been cutting for a long time, but you can always learn from other people, different, techniques and different types of opals. And I know from cutting opals over the years, sometimes, and I'm sure he's the same way, you can get pissed off at an opal when you're cutting it, and it just seems like, there's no getting to what you want. And I'll just burr that freaking thing right into the old cutting wheel. I don't care. Because it just made me mad. Just like a guitar, I had a guitar I built for a guy. Oh, back probably, God, it's got to be over 10 years ago. I don't know. I think I just met Mary. And I got pissed off because I spent a lot of time building it. He's like, oh, I really ain't got the money, but, I can give you half. I said, no. Well, think about it. You know what I did? I went out in the driveway and I smashed the shit out of that guitar. I was so upset because I put all that time and effort into it, It took me like 4 or 5 months, maybe 6 months to build that thing. I put a lot of work into it. And he got a hold of me and he goes, well, did you think about it? I said, yep. And I sent him a picture. It was all smashed to a bunch of pieces. I said, I didn't like your offer. I can't believe you did that. I said, oh, yeah, believe it, because here's the picture. Some people say, oh, why'd you do that? That's stupid. Why is it stupid? I built it. Just the way it is, man. Anyway. So, couldn't think of what to do for Mary for Christmas, so I'm going to cut her an opal pendant. I'm going to make her an opal pendant all by hand. So she couldn't figure out what she wanted, so I'm going to make one. I never have, and so I'm going to do it this year. So I got a nice piece of Lightning Ridge black opal coming, and I'm going to make her a nice cabochon pendant. Opals are tricky, man. They make me sweat sometimes. Anyway, hey, did you get your stuff sorted out there, Robinson? Did you get your stuff sorted out today? What I told you? Yes? Did you go to the website I told you to? I hope so. Everybody must be snoozing tonight on a Sunday. I only got two of you guys. It's kind of unique, huh? Yeah, they all broke from blowing all their money throughout the week. I figure I got the next 5 weeks to do this, so maybe they'll trickle in. You know, everybody's always on. You haven't looked yet? Man, I'll tell you what. I was where was I looking? I was looking at some website, and this guy had the most unique coin that I ever seen. It was um it was a piece of copper, well, zinc penny, and I don't know how it happened because I don't believe the same machines are even close to each other. And I don't think that they put the dies in the same machines. I could be wrong. It had on one side of it, it had the head of a quarter, and I was like, "How is that even possible?" Kind of weird. But what really struck me strange was that it was facing the opposite direction of what it generally faces. So I started thinking, I said, well, I wonder if a person could take a blank planchet and put it underneath a press and press that image in it. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I just seen something really stinky about the whole thing. I haven't looked yet. Visitors watching a movie. Oh, you still got visitors over? You must like them because they're still there. Me with family, I'll be honest. I like people to say hi and give me a hug and goodbye, because otherwise they're going to eat all your food, drink all your drinks, and use all your toilet paper. I know I'm terrible, ain't I? At least I'm truthful. I knew how my grandmother and grandfather felt, because everybody used to stop by, get a sandwich or something to drink, use the bathroom, hang out for a little while, and then they'd leave. My grandfather used to call it chew and screw. He goes, Rab, you're the only one that stays a while. He goes, at least you hang around and play games and help out. So everybody else just kind of chews and screws. I was like, cramp. He goes, well, it's the truth. I was like, I don't know. Got a lot of good memories of them, though. Anyway, I got lots of coins. We'll start off as soon as we get some In and out. That's right. In and out. I think it maybe next weekend I'll do maybe Saturday and Sunday. Because some people don't come on Sundays. I don't know. That's just the way it is. They're having their religious moments, I guess. I don't know. Hey, check this out. A guy made this for me. I meant to show you guys this. Look at this little finger plane. Yeah, solid brass. Is that cool? Little finger plane. Great for violins. Violins are tricky. I've repaired a few of them, but I've only built one of them. And violins are so, oh man, because it's all about sound and getting the sound bar in the right spot once you're done. If you don't, man, it doesn't sound right. Tricky, real tricky. It all has to do with resonance. Violins are real tricky. I don't even know how I got into that. Oh, because of the plane. You guys get any of your? Hey, what's up, Dove? Did you guys get any Christmas shopping done? I hope so. I got some. I got most of mine already done anyway. I do mine throughout the year so that way it doesn't crash on me at the end of the year. You buy a couple extra ones in case somebody, you know, shows up that you didn't expect. And we all know how that is, right? Yeah, I was out riding my go-kart the other day. Whew, man, it's been a while. I'm feeling every muscle and every bone and they're all aching. I'm telling you, I'm getting old. So I don't want to be a sissy and ride the one with just, shock absorbers because that's kind of sissying out a little bit, I don't think I'm quite at the sissy stage yet, but at least I have it for when I get to that stage. No more DNA tests for you? Well, I guess that all depends on where they're taking the DNA from. Where are they taking the DNA from? They ain't like doing scrotum clippings, are they? Oh my God. I'll tell you what, they wouldn't get none from me. That's a fact, Jack. I do not give my stamp of approval. Yeah, but you got have you been spending time with the kids? Yes. No. Maybe. Maybe. Huh? That's funny. I don't know why that thing don't. You guys are not commenting, and this thing ain't moving very fast. Oh yeah, just went down last week to celebrate his 37th first birthday. 37th first birthday. The hell is wrong with you, son? Is that a nice way of saying the first birthday you celebrated in his 37 years of life? I make it sound dirty, don't I? I'm sorry. Oh God! Hey, we should get to spend time with them, right? That's what's important. That's what's important. You know, it's always great. Hey, what's up, Monkey King? It's always great spending time with people. I don't want to sound bad when I say this. Let me think about how I want to say this for a minute. Uh, it's always great. I just gotta say it the way I'm going to say it. It's always great spending time with the people you like to spend time with, and it's crummy when you're spending time with people that you really don't like. Look, I love everybody. Don't get me wrong, but there's a lot of people I really don't like, and by God, I don't see anything about liking anybody in the Bible. So I am within uh, my means to be able to say that. That's good. I'm glad that you can. I mean, if you have a lot of like things in common, you know, uh, I think sometimes that the things that I have seen as a pastor with similar cases like that, most people don't like make relationships with me. Look, Monkey King, here's the thing. I don't know you as a person, face to face, but one thing that I learned is some people don't like people who are hard. You know what I mean? Just like tell you the way it is, not to be derogatory by the way I say this, but you kind of just in their face. Or you bust beans, you cut up. Some people don't know how to take that. They get their little feelings hurt hard. So you really got to know how to, I've learned, in my professional uh, career as a pastor, I'm quite different than I am on my personal uh, relationships with people because there's a difference between your professionalism because you're not there in the same respects. Now, I'd have to say that probably 90% of the people that I do pastor, uh, they all know me, right? They're all cool with it. They understand who I am. They like it straight. They don't like cookie cutting. You know, they accept me for me because there's too many fakes in the world. And one thing I am not is a fake. So sometimes people don't know how to take that. I don't know. That's just how I see it. You know what I mean? And quite frankly, you know, uh, it is what it is. You know, people always quick to judge but hate to be judged, right? Or they're quick to have an opinion but hate to have somebody else's opinion about whatever it is, a subject or themselves or shortcomings, shortfalls, whatever it may be, right? That's what I noticed. I mean, my grandfather used to say, "What's good for the goose is good for the gander." Of course, I never really understood that when I was younger, but I understand it as an adult. You know, if you can dish it out, you got to be able to take it. That's just the way it is. Get your little feelings hurt? Well, don't ride on the same bus as those people that do that. Oh, yeah, people hate to hear the truth. Well, I can't really say that all people hate to hear the truth. I'd be promiscuous in a way of saying that. I think that certain types of individuals don't like it when they put themselves in a situation or ask for your evaluation on a subject or something going on in the world or themselves or whatever, and then you tell them the brutal truth. Well, if you already got your mind set up, then why did you come into the conversation with me? If you've already know the type of person I am, are you looking for that response so that you can have a reason just to bitch? I mean, that's just the way I see it. If you don't want my honest opinion and you know what my opinion is going to be, then why ask it? If you know who I am as a person. Now, if you're looking for the blatant truth, right, and the way I see it, and that's what you're looking for, because you're trying to feel it out, then just accept it. Now, does that mean that you have to go with it? No. Keep searching. You have to find your truth in things, right? What the truth is can be evaluated by different individuals in a conversation that agree that that is the truth. Now, whether it's a fact or not, that's something to be determined. But the truth can be really sketchy, you know? And I tell people that. So, people say, oh, no, it's the truth. It's the truth. It's the truth. Really? Well, what people figured it out to be the truth? I want to know, is it a fact? Because, bad things can happen to people or a person if you don't have the facts straight. And I fully agree. And what sucks worse is having people ask me about being in a relationship with someone when I'm the most single person around. Hmm. Uh, I think I need to ask this question because I don't quite. I mean, I can kind of see between the lines, but I don't want to say something without understanding. Do you mean uh, do they ask you about being in a relationship as a male to a male or as a female to a male? Or are they asking that question to kind of see if you're single and you want to go hook up? I'm trying to I really have to see the conversation to understand what you're referring to, you know. Or are they asking you for advice about being in a relationship and you're not in a relationship so you don't give them advice? I'm just trying to figure that out. That's all. I don't I could take that paragraph differently. So, enlighten me. By the way, I'm a firm believer don't buy Cumberland Farms coffee uh, unless it's early in the morning. And I suggest everybody buys a pen this size. Ah, I understand. Well, here's my uh, here's my take on that. Sometimes people, um, irregardless of whether you're in a relationship or not, I think that without saying it, some people see something in an individual that they can look up to. Uh, they value their opinion, right? And they don't value an opinion based upon whether that individual has ever done it or not. It's based upon a calculated formula that individual uses to expose themselves to any kind of a situation. So the baseline, I guess, or the purposeful meaning that they're looking for from an individual would be a scenario. Um, an individual comes up to me and uh, I'm going to go way outside of the box here. So an individual comes up to me, and I have this happen, believe it or not, and this is probably one of the hardest things um, for me as a pastor. And I was talking to Old Soul about this earlier today in just a conversation, not the same thing, but around the same topic. If a person comes up to me and says, "Well, Pastor Bob, I'm thinking about dating another man," and they're a man. Well, I don't know anything about, man to man relationships or female to female relationships. I mean, I have, a family member that is bisexual, and I have, a good friend that I grew up with in school, and, he's been that way. Um, both of them are great people, and, I have a great relationship with both of them, but they don't cross lines with me because they know how I am. Um, but they also understand, their private life is their private life. But I never really indulged myself into, whatever their relationship is. But when somebody asked me that, you know, how do they approach that relationship? And a part of me, from the pastor side, says, I don't know why you're going to even do that anyway. You know, the Bible's against that. But then another part of me says, well, is that right for me as an individual, being asked from an individual, not from a pastoral point of view? Should I give them advice? They're not asking me for my personal opinion on, what type of sexual innuendos they should be or how they should lead their life. They just ask me how they should approach this and what should they do. And it's really difficult for me because I don't have any background in it. Now I know people, but that doesn't make me a professional on something that I don't have any intimacy myself in approaching. And my answer to the one individual is I say, hey, people look for love in many different ways. Some people never marry and they never have relationships. They have cats. That doesn't mean that they don't have a relationship with their pets. I see some people have great relationships with their pets. Um, the way that they love them and take care of them and treat them, they're looking for love. And that's how they find their love. I says, and if that's something that you're looking for and that you want to approach because you feel more attracted to that, then that's a choice that you have to make, and nobody should make that for you. Um, and that's how I approach that. It's not me giving my advice. Well, that's wrong, and you shouldn't do that, and it's against the Bible, and you should be ashamed of yourself. Well, I don't, I don't really think that that's right to do that, because now I'm just being an asshat, and I'm being an ignorant person. Whether I agree with it or not has no detriment to the conversation in them asking me what I felt. So I said an easy answer to it, and that's it. And they appreciated it and said thank you, and they moved on. And they never asked me again. You know, so whether I approached that the right way or not doesn't matter what other people think. Whether I approached it or not, the person asked me, and that's how I gave the answer. And I say to people who don't want to answer a question that somebody asks them, say, look, you know, I really don't know how to approach that, and I really don't feel comfortable giving that advice. I'm sorry. I wish I had a better answer for you, um, and try to refer them to somebody that is a little more educated in that department. You know, um, I have people do that to me all the time, and call me up and I'll say, well, who's this? And they'll say something like, oh, I sorry, I don't know you. No, so and so gave me a number and said, he's probably the guy that you need to talk to. And I would have liked to had a heads up because I really like to think about the scenario before it hits me, so that way I have time to really let it soak in and give them a good answer instead of just off the top of my head, you know. So that's just how I pretty much do it. I, some people say, well, that's just passing the buck. No, it's really not. I mean, if you think about it, if you don't feel comfortable answering somebody and there's somebody better fit to do the job, and I'm sure that everybody knows somebody that would be better fit to answer a person's question, you know, you say, hey, let me tell you what, I'm going to give this guy a ring. I'm going to give this guy a message, right? And see if he'll talk to you. He's the guy or she's the lady that you need to talk to about this. And they'll give you some good advice because I trust them. And that's how I go about things, Because there's certain things that I feel are out of my wheelhouse sometimes, and that's what I do. I don't. I can't say that I can't handle most things, but there are some things that I just think there is a person that is better skilled and has more years of understanding for certain subjects than I am myself. And I'm not afraid to admit that. I mean, I think it's kind of presumptuous to say that every pastor has the right answer. Well, anybody could say, well, let me pray about it. Well, let me ask God and I'll get back to you. Well, I hate to say this as a pastor, but I think that's a bullshit way of getting out of giving somebody an answer because you just don't want to answer them and you're saying it in a nice way. That's not right. That I mean, it's like blowing them off, and I don't agree with that. I just don't. If I don't have an answer, then I'll say, hey, let me see if I can get a hold of somebody that can help you or that can, better serve you with your question or your issue. And I feel more comfortable that way than, taking on a subject that I have, you know. I just don't like bullshitting my way through things like that. That's just not right. It's not right for them and it's not right for me to do that. So, that make any sense to you guys? The church is, like any fraternity. I mean, me and Joe just talked about this earlier, but the church is like any fraternity. And whenever you have multiple different people with multiple different backgrounds with different thinking processes, you could, you know, the pastor sometimes feels like the referee in trying to figure things out. And the referee usually has other referees underneath him, which are the deacons and deaconesses of the churches and the leaders of the church. Because the pastors, you know, got all kinds of loads of stuff stacked on their um, plate. And that's why I don't, I've been asked to be a pastor for several different churches. And my problem is I like to do things my way, the way that I was called to be a minister, and I feel as though I'm fake if I'm doing it other people's ways. And if other people want to write my sermons and have me do a specific type of sermon on a specific type of subject, then that's not, to me, spirit filled, right? Or how I have to counsel people, or I got to be here on this day or that day. I don't, look, I just don't like doing things that way. I just don't, because I'm a person, right? I'm a regular person like everybody else. I don't do it for money. I don't do it for fame. You know, I do it because I was called to do it. And I made a deal with God, and that's just the way it is. I didn't make a deal with man. I made a deal with God. And I'm trying to fulfill my part of the deal. Whether I get 50 calls a week or none, you know? I mean, it's just, and I could do it from the comfort of my own home, you know? And when it's necessary, I do marriages and eulogies and baptize people, you know? I mean, counsel people when I feel like I'm right to do that. I'm not a cookie cutter, right? I don't like to do things like that. And I think a lot of people get turned off by churches because they are like that. Look, if you need a place to hang out with people, you know, sometimes you go there and it's like this little click over here and that little click over there. And you're not good enough for these people back here. And how much money did you donate? And I don't know. You know, God I follow was never like that. And so that's why I'm not a pastor of a church, uh, you know, a established congregation. Now, does that mean that I won't ever do that? Maybe one day I might. Maybe one day I won't. If I'm called and I feel like that's what I'm supposed to be doing, and I feel like the Spirit's moving me to do that, then I will. But so far, it just seems, you know, it just doesn't seem right for me. That's right. Exactly. I don't even know how I'm in the conversation. Look, I'm going all out. I ain't even sold a coin yet. What the heck's wrong with me? Ain't gonna help nobody out when I don't sell any coins, but whatever. You know. I wish I never had to sell any of them, to be honest with you. You know, just get donations enough every year and sit here and chit chat. That would be better for me. But that's not the way this world works, right? It does not work that way. At least not for me. It might in a mega church. Oh, I need $5 million. It's been terrible. My pool broke. And oh my God, and all the stone doesn't look right. And I need to have all the stone replaced. All the marbles cracked. Oh my God. Oh, and I just need to upgrade it to Italian marble. No. Do you think that happens? You better know it happens. I've seen so much of that junk. And I just don't want to be that way. You know, it's just me. Oh, you want me to climb down now and join the group? Sorry. 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 I'll put the horse in the stable, Judge. Get back in that stable over there. Might be the other guy, you know. He comes out once in a while. You know the other guy? Hey, on another note, everybody that purchased the reverse proof um, Morgan Silver Dollar set, raise your hand. Raise your hand. Any hands? No, don't feel bad, Monkey. It's not your fault. Look. I just hope that I helped you, that's all. Or at least tried to give a little friendly advice. Hand pinky waving? What does that mean? You didn't get it in yet? It's okay. Well, that's what friends are for, to mess with me. Right? And that's fine. He's in the stable though. He's over there. In the stable. Ah. Oh, okay. Pinky waving. Back in the old days, if he was pinky waving, I know what that would have meant. And you do too. It was funny. I was having a conversation with this guy one day. And he was going through some some times like we had when we were younger. No, I mean, we all really fought around with different things in life, right? And he was struggling with an addiction problem. Well, I don't know what an addiction problem is, but I know what I like to have fun problem is, and sometimes they can be very closely related, right? And he started going off the hill on me, and I said, whoa, wait a minute. What makes you think that I don't know what you're talking about? Well, because you're a pastor, you don't know. I said, whoa. You don't know who I am or what I've done when I was younger. I said, so don't pass judgment on me. I said, I probably know more about what you're into than you do. I said, so don't assume anything. Hey, you guys like my hoodie? That cool? Like my hoodie? Pretty sexy, huh? Oh, this thing feels great too, guys. I ain't lying. Believe it or not, I went to Temu, right? I don't know if you guys ever heard of it. Temu. Temu. They got some pretty good deals from time to time. Well, I get these special deals once in a while. And because, I buy little things here and there. I got the special deal, and I got this for, I think it was $6. And I'm telling you, it's the most comfortable hoodie that I've ever gotten. I could only get one, but I mean, it's comfortable. I couldn't believe it. $6? Man, I'm telling you. I mean, it's comfortable. It's like silky lined. I mean, it's really nice. I mean, seriously. If you ever see them on Temu, man, you really want one. They are really, really comfortable. I'm not even BSing you guys. I mean, keep your eye up peeled because they go on sale every so often. But man, I'd like to get a couple like it. Don't know about sexy though. Anyway, you guys ready to see a coin? Or you want to skip coins for the night? It's up to you guys. I don't care. We can start coins next weekend. Doesn't matter. It ain't asbestos insulation. This thing is comfortable. They make them less flamboyant colors. What? You don't like it? You got a problem about Indian prints, Sonny? Hmm? You got a problem with Indian prints? Hmm? Got a beef with it? Don't look at it. You like them eggs. But to answer your question, yes, they have them in black, blue. Um, I think they have with birds and bears and butterflies, uh, clouds, pot leaves, joints, uh, naked ladies. They got all kinds of them. Not that I was looking at any of them. I'm just saying they got a lot of different prints. No, it's not. It's really, really comfortable. If you guys like silky sheets, you'll like these. Of course, maybe some of you guys have never been on some silky sheets, but you know how silky has that cold feeling when it hits your skin, and it's just so soft you really don't feel it. That's what this feels like. I mean, to be honest with you, if somebody paid $6 for this and I didn't know it and they gave it to me as a gift, I'd love it. I guess I could kind of say I gave it to myself for a gift. But I'm serious. You guys would like it, really. If you ever get a chance, you gotta try it. I'm serious. At least I was impressed. I mean, seriously. You're gonna take my word for it? Come on. If you don't like the print, at least it feels comfortable underneath, like a Gore-Tex jacket or something, and you're out in a bit, bush somewhere, waiting on going down on Bambi, you know, because you're too cheap to go to the supermarket and buy food like regular people. What Bambi ever do to you? Oh yeah, would you know what? Come to think of it, Robinson, this would be nice for underwear. It would be real sensual. You know what? Maybe later on, what I'll do is I'll put my legs through the arms and try it on. Of course, it might be a little airy through this head part, but hey, well, nobody's going to be around anyways when I try it out. But you're right; it probably would feel good, and it would probably, the way that it feels, probably you wouldn't have as much friction when you're actually working. You know what I mean? That's a good thought. Man, don't put that out there. They're probably going to watch the stream and say, oh, we need to make underwear now. Hurry. 10,000 little Chinese people working, make them new undies. In 2 weeks, you're going to see them all over, plastered all over Timu because you said something. I know. There was a pun there. Sorry. Squirrel tails on it? Hey, speaking of squirrel tails, you know what? I have no clue what I did with my uh raccoon hat. The raccoon tail? I don't know if you guys remember. About what, 3 or 4 years ago, I wore it one day. And I don't know what the hell I did with it. I have no clue. That is warm. I had a Russian one. I had a Russian back in the 80s. He wanted the hat that I was wearing, and he was wearing one of them warm winter caps, Russian caps. I said, I'd really like to have that. And he traded me. I don't ever know what happened to that, but that was warm. So if you can ever get one of them, they are really, really warm. Probably sold it. No, I did not sell it. Oh man, my knife thing fell apart. What the hell? Jeez. What the hell happened there? What is that? Oh, I see. Shit, it woke up and ran away. I really haven't, not change subject, but to change the subject, I haven't really seen a whole lot of new cool coins come out lately. Have you guys? I really haven't seen much of anything. I got to figure out soon what I'm going to do with my Silver Eagle collection. I'm going to sell it. So there's a lot of money in that case. Thousands and thousands of dollars. Thousands. I'm going to just strictly stick to my Morgan collection. Computerized bullshit. Hey, you guys ever seen one of these? I gotta show you this. First off, USA made. But check this out. Tell me that ain't a cool camo knife. You guys ever seen one? Isn't that cool? Look at that. That is cool. Isn't that pretty, huh? I thought it was kind of cool. I thought, if I sold a couple $100 worth of stuff tonight, I'd give it away. I don't think like I'm getting very far, am I? I don't know, Dove, to be honest with you. How do you feel? Not really. But the color, it looks like the color goes all the way through it, if you look. Or maybe going underneath this one. Yeah, nice Christmas present for your lady or something. I don't know. I seen it. Thought it was neat. I couldn't believe they were only $25. That was cheap for a buck knife made in the United States. I know that Buck makes a lot of this stuff now overseas. So, to get a USA made buck for $25, I figured I'd just pick it up. One of those. Better to have it, not need it, need it, not have it. Not really, but you know what I'm saying. Guys want to see a couple coins? I got a few Morgans I need to sell. Nice. How is that? Oh? Oh, it is. Oh, shit. What's that? Give her a knife with a bird cleaning lessons. And I'll be sleeping outside. Less than perfect Christmas. A bird cleaning lessons. Man. Especially on little itty bitty birds you be getting. Hey, I meant to tell you, Duff. I told Old Soul today. I got a pack of these big turkeys out back. And I don't know, there's probably 10 or 12 of them turkeys out there that run around together. And they're big uns. I mean, huge. Not, I mean, they're bigger than the turkeys that you buy in the store for Thanksgiving. They are big. So, times ever get rough. I may not be a turkey lover. I'm sorry, but they're right out back and I don't have to go far. That's kind of food that, you have to preserve. Oh no, they come right in. They're not even afraid of my cats. My cats are out there checking them out. I'm like, the hell is wrong with this world? The cats were hanging out with the turkeys and they wasn't even bothering each other. I'm like, something's weird's going on. I mean, are we going back to, the Garden of Eden, even Eden in my backyard or what? I mean, just kind of, I never seen that. I mean, maybe the cats, said this bird's quite big. I'm not going to chase down this big old bird because I have a mama cat. Well, actually, it's my brother's cat, and she loves fresh bird. I mean, she's crazy. She loves it. Fresh bird. None of my other cats really care about it. They just they'll chase one or something, but they're not really into eating it. I mean, with the food bill for them every month, I mean, they don't really need to be out there catching birds. Sign of the apocalypse? I doubt it. I ain't too worried about that. I ain't worried about it. Happens, happens. Don't happen, don't happen. Ain't gonna change me any. I'm still gonna do what I do. You know, that's just the way it is. That's how I have to feel about it. As long as I get the new update from my games that I play, I'm good. Let's get back to this pen. You guys ever see a pen this big? Look, I was showing old solar. Look at the size of this monster. Look at that thing. It's got bunches of pens on it. Come on, that's an old man pen. These shouldn't be for kids. These should be for us old folks. First off, we have a hard time holding on to anything in our hands. Second off, we're always losing them. And third, it's hard for us to see the tip of something. So I'm quite impressed. Oh yeah, right. It's good too. See that? Look at that bad boy. Tell you what, I bet you can modify this and make it a pen gun. Ting! Oh, I'm sorry. I'll have to edit that out later. Think he eats 3D printed steaks. 3D printed steaks. Hey, I'm a firm believer that if somebody else can do the job and make a little bit of money, and I don't have to go out there and be cold and buy all of this gear and waste all of my time and sit up there, I'm all for it. Look, pay a couple extra bucks, somebody else does all the work, and I get to reap from the rewards. That's just the way it is. How you like that idea? I probably think I'm crazy. It's the way it is. I did buy a cool guitar though. I What was I telling also? I think I was telling also. I've been waiting to get one of these guitars, right? And it's like, as soon as they come up, they sell out, and they only make so many of them. Not every year, but I think the last couple of years they don't make very many. I'm like 50 of them at a whack or something like that of each color. So it's not like there's a whole lot of them, right? And by God, I got one this year. I've been waiting a couple of years to get one now. So I was pretty happy I got one. Not that I needed another one, but it was one that I wanted, and it was cheap. It was only a couple $100, like 230, I think. But they're built really well. They're really nice guitars. I was like, nah, I'm just gonna do it. I know I shouldn't, but I'm gonna anyway. You know those type of things, right? It's like a coin. I know I shouldn't, but I do it anyway. It's like a gun. I know I shouldn't, but I buy it anyway. You know, you know what I'm talking about. We all have our little facets in life, right? I got some good deal on candy. I don't know if you guys eat candy like I do, but you know, I was telling Old Soul, uh, okay, I'll show the coins off next Sunday then. If you're gonna buy some, you're gonna buy some next Sunday. No, I'll just skip it this Sunday. Oh, okay. I'll do it next Sunday then. What the hell was I just talking about? Just slipped my mind. See, you interrupted me. Now I can't even remember what the hell I was talking about. What was I talking about? Jeez. Man, it's pain when you get old. What was I just talking about? Oh, candy. Convulsive gun. I mean, show them now to see. Dude, you know how many coins I got? I got hundreds of coins, bro. Hundreds of them. I mean, trust me. I got plenty of Morgans, Silver Eagles. I've got, graded quarters for collections that are clean grades. I got Morgans, and I got plenty of stuff. Man. I got, I got rings. So if you're looking to buy something for yourself, this is a nice ruby ring, size I think 11, 10 and a half, 11. Beautiful ruby ring. I got a diamond ring. Look at that diamond ring. And here's a woman's diamond ring. I got all kinds of stuff. So, you know, I mean, you name it. I got all kinds of stuff. I got some mystery packs. $100 for a mystery pack. Now, I'm going to tell you something. Well, maybe I shouldn't tell you. Maybe I'll just say it this way. Somebody purchased some coins from me. And I know for a fact they found one coin that's worth between $150 and $400. One of many. So when I tell you that I don't go through stuff and I'm not nitpicking, you better be guaranteed that that's exactly what I mean. And you can get anything. I don't know sometimes. I just throw things together and make a box out of it. And, I might make 10, $20 off of something, and that goes towards charity. So, these are mystery boxes. They got all kinds of different stuff. They're $120 a piece. I only put together 2 of them. And then these other ones, they're $60 a piece. There's 4 of these. They got different things in them. Just things I put together to try to make a little extra money for charity. That's all. So I got those. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Morgans here. Is that a Morgan? No, that's not a Morgan. I got 6 Morgans here. I'm going to sell these for $40 a piece. They're 6 Morgans. They're all different grades. They're $40 a piece, 6 Morgans. Right? Yeah, 6 Morgans. So I'm making $5 a piece on these, just to let you know. Paid $35. So, anyways, I got 6 of those. And they're all different grades. So that's something that we can look at too. They're pretty cool. They're worth the money. And, what else? And then I got a bunch of other stuff over there. Eagles that were graded. I got some silver quarters. I think I got a couple buffaloes over there. Peace dollar. And here's something that's unique. This is the Indiana. 2023 American Innovation $1 coins. Sealed, not open. The Indiana issue. So this is Philadelphia mint mark. And so I got these. They're a mystery. I don't know what the grades are. They're right from the mint. So I'm going to sell these. All of them unopened. What you get is what you get. I don't know. Make a few bucks off of them. So I got quite a few things now. But if you guys want to do it next weekend, we can do it next weekend. Candy? Oh, yeah. Wait a minute. I'm going all over the place. Well, anyways, those are just some of the things that I have. And I got plenty of other stuff. Quarters, standing Liberty quarters and dimes. I got some bobber quarters and some bobber dimes. And got some other stuff over there too. So got plenty to do. You can do without me. All right. Night. So, anyways, that's what I got going on. So if you're interested, you just want to buy something, hey, get them all, some of them, whatever. But I got a bunch of stuff. I did happen to pick up one more of these. If you didn't get it, this is the commemorative 1952 to 2022, but it came out this year, 2023. Canadian maple leaf. Now this is a commemorative one. If you look in that corner right there. So I did pick up another one of these. So I have a few things going on here. So anyway. If you buy all of these Morgans, all 6 of these Morgans for $40 a piece, I'll give you the knife. How's that? I'll give you the buck knife. That way they're gone. And I don't have to worry about the Morgans. That's a pretty good deal. You know how it is. Oh, anyways, the candy. That's what I was talking about. So, candy was really expensive for the big bags this year. I mean, my God, they were like $25. And generally, you pick those bags up for like $12 or $15. So I told Mary, I said, if you find something out there, pick it up. She got them for 75% off a bag. She picked me up like, I think 3 bags. It's pretty cool. I thought anyway. What is that? Oh, not what? Did you guys hear me? Not interested in my candy adventure? I thought it was a good deal. 75% off those bags of candy. They're the same candy. I mean, it ain't like they changed flavor, you know. November 1st is National Candy Shopping Day. Is that a real holiday? Oh, I didn't even know that. Maybe that's why she got a good deal. I don't know. Well, it saves you money because the more I have of something, the less, well, except for guitars, but in coins, I usually not really interested in eating a whole lot of it at one time. Oh, for you it is. Oh, I see. I thought it was like a regular holiday or something. What a bonehead. I'm a bonehead. I thought it was probably a holiday. I missed the holiday. Next weekend is what? Veterans weekend? I think it's Veterans Day weekend, right? Saturday? Is that right? I think so, anyway. So maybe I have a Veterans Day auction and double the price on everything because I'm a veteran to make more money. That's funny. Come on now. Come on. That's funny. You guys got to laugh about that one. That is hilarious. Yeah, Saturday, November. I think that is this coming Saturday, right? I believe so. Let's say this. What's today? Yeah, today's the 5th, so it'll be next Saturday. Cool. So I have auction Saturday and Sunday. That'll work. Why not? Right? Veteran sellers can add 10% that day. I think, you know what? As a matter of fact, I think you get 20% off on Veterans Day at Homeless Depot. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's double. I'll have to check into that. If that's the case, there's a couple more things I need from Home Depot. I mean, when don't you need something from Home Depot? I mean, really, if you think about it. I mean, I can go to Home Depot every day and buy something. That's why I hate leaving the house because it costs me so much money. I mean, do you guys ever leave the house and spend less than $100? I mean, really, do you? I mean, maybe if you go, well, I was going to say if you go in yard selling, but sometimes yard selling can cost you a lot of money too. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. That's why I stay at home because I save more money. Well, most of the time I save more money staying at home. It's like everywhere you go, it's at least $100. When I go out and spend less than $20, that's a miracle. That means I probably just went and put a little bit of gas in the truck and came home. And even that's getting scary. With everything going on in the world, all the foolishness. I mean, God, it's crazy. You know what? It really is. Freaking crazy. Well, what are you going to do? Hey, maybe what I should do is see if Mary can get some felt and make like little mini stockings and put a Morgan inside of a little stocking and sell them that way. That way people can just like hang a little stocking on their Christmas tree or something with people's name on it. And it'd be a cool little stocking stuffer, especially for grandchildren. I'm not referring to anybody in the chat. I think Dove's got like Dove. You got what? 2 grandchildren or 3 grandchildren? Two. George has got one. That's three. And if you guys decide to give them two apiece, that's all 6 of them sold. Keep the knife for yourself. I'm killing myself here. Oh, I didn't know you had two. Wow. See, you learn something new every day. I did not know that. I really didn't. As close as we are, I did not know that. See, you learn something new every day. Check. I tell you what. I see people, you know, it's like they dress up a turd, right? With certain things that they sell, not literally a turd, but you dress something up that's worthless and make it try to look good to get more money for it. I'm like, I suppose it's a good concept, you know, if you don't feel dirty when you're selling it. Now, if you're just selling something like that, that's kind of a cool idea, stick a coin in there. It is kind of cool. You hang it on a tree. And that way, when they come to the tree, they see their name on it. Oh, what's that? Well, you'll find out at Christmas, won't you? It's intriguing because it's a small little stocking, see? Kind of hard to figure out what would be in it if they can't touch it, right? because it's flat. It's a good idea. Now somebody will probably run with that idea. Hey, don't you think it's a great idea? Well, maybe not a great idea, but it is a good idea. Oh, hey, Dove, check this out. So I goes down to the gun shop. What's that? It was like the little gift boxes you did one year. With a coin in the top. Correct. Yeah. Maybe I'll ask Marianne if she can pick up some felt and just do that because it's on my mind to do it. I think that would be kind of cool. Just, I think it would be cool. It's a neat idea. What was I just talking about? Got sidetracked again. I don't know. Losing my mind. They're on to me. Each one have received their birth year silver eagles on their birthday. Oh, gun shop. Check this out, Dove. So I go down to my local gun shop, right? And he goes, "Hey, Bob, you retired, right?" I said, "Yeah, I have a, uh, you know, disability retirement." Why? He goes, "You can get, I think they call it the Blue Series Glock, for $400. Imagine that, $400 for a Glock? Are you kidding me? Brand new in a sexy box." Buddy, you better know. I told him he better just get some in because I want one. That's a good price. And it's only to veterans, I guess. So. Veterans and police officers, I think. I need another Glock like I need a hole in the head, but for that price, can't go wrong, right? Yeah, some kind of special thing they have, which I thought was cool. Pretty neat. Because you don't always see deals like that, when you're purchasing guns. You just don't. I couldn't believe he told me. I guess it's a special thing that they're doing. I thought it was all right. I don't know what you guys think about that, but it's pretty neat when you can get an offer like that once in a while. Almost got my shotgun paid off. Got another short shotgun. I got, give me two. Yeah, I thought it was a good price. 400 bones. I mean, I don't have to pay for it all at once. I just put it on layaway and then pay for it over time. You can pay $40 a month or whatever. So that's probably what I'm going to do. Only because it's a good deal. Because they're up there in price. What do they run? About $600, $700, something like that. For those Glocks. Not sure what model it is. Can't remember what he said for the model. But it was interesting, though. I was like, well, I really don't need it, but you know what? I might as well get one anyway. Right? What the heck? Why? Because I like guns. I think they're cool. I don't shoot them all the time, but I do think they're cool. Matter of fact, I got my 7mm Magnum custom apart which I need to ram the barrel and I need to re-blue it. So I got to do that, and then I got to redo the stock on it, and I got to put a new butt pad on it too. I got a 21, and that one seems to be a good one. I think my brother's everyday carry, because he's a police officer. I think it is a 22. It's the one where you can mount the sight on it and the light attachment, whatever. I think it's a 22. I could be wrong. He's talking about going with a different gun too. I can't remember what the hell he was talking about, but because he has a lot of guns too, being a police officer. Guy says to me one day, "Well, how many guns do you need?" I said, "One more than I had yesterday." Well, it's the truth, right? You have a 20? Yeah, I got a 21. I sleep with, literally. I'm one of them kind of guys that I like to be surrounded by my investments, right? You got 26? Yeah. I actually, when I'm out and about on my property and no one's around, then I usually carry uh, my Ruger 380. That's what I carry. Oh, you like knives? I got quite a few knives now. I'm not lying to you. I can reach right down here and start grabbing knives. I mean, let's be honest. These are brand new, collectible ones. See, I mean, I got boxes of them. So when it comes to knives, I got a lot of knives too. So I get it. I like them, and I've made a few. I made a few knives. So you know, making knives are a trip. Now I'm going to show you guys a good knife. Matter of fact, um, I don't know if you ever seen these before. Have you ever seen these knives before? They're they're really nice. They hold the edge really good. They're good all around knife. They're made in Sweden. Um, yeah, they got a nice little clip on your belt, or you can use it as a locking one. To lock in. They're a nice knife. I like them. You know, locks in there, and you can pick these up for like $20, and they're a really good knife. I mean, if somebody wants to skin fish or you know whatever, they're a great knife. Really, they are. I mean, they're a great knife, and if you lose it, well, you might be mad, but it's not like you couldn't pick up another one. They are really good, though. Nice selection, buddy. If you've seen on my knife, I got a rare knife. Actually, I got a few rare. I'm gonna have to get them out one day, and I'll show you some of my my numbered knives. I have some up in my safe. I used to belong to a prestigious knife club, and I have some knives that there's, very few of them, and I have a couple that you just have to be a member to get these specific knives, right? Like I got a Bear and Bull down there, one of the first ones that they ever made. And I'll have to show you because I got to redo my knife thing down there anyway. It all fell apart, which is sad. But I'll pull it off there one day and I'll show you guys. It's a really rare one. I can't remember what number it is. I can't even read the number. I ain't got my goggles on, man. I don't even know if I got a. I don't think I got my. Oh, maybe this will work. Hold on a minute. Check this out. Yeah, I got one of the first Bear and Bull that they came out with. USA made ones. It's number 20 of 100. So it's really rare. It's an expensive knife. I think I paid like $300 and some for that knife when they came out. Yeah, that's a nice knife. Yeah, I mean, the box fell apart of those ones. Those are just the ones that I got on display. But these ones here I picked up. Here's a nice Kershaw. These are white cutlery from Frost Cutlery. And I'll tell you a little deal about Frost. Jim Frost was a Freemason, brother of mine. And I got quite a few knives. I had a good price from him back when he was alive. And, just kind of cool knives. These ones here are the Mustang USA ones. Kind of cool. Cool little set. So, I got a bunch of knives, man. I mean, some super rare ones, too. But maybe someday I'll do a video. I definitely got to fix that because that just all fell apart. I don't even know what happened, but I'll have to make a new display. I need to do it differently anyway. But I like knives too. I got a crossbow too, and I can't even pull the thing back. I don't know how many pound pull it has on this crossbow, right? But I cannot pull it back. And I'm not a wimp, but I just can't pull it back to lock it back. I do not know how many pound drawer is on that crossbow. And I really don't do anything with it. It just sits in a closet. So I'm probably eventually going to sell it because it just has too much of a draw for me. Now I have a really nice regular bow, a Matthews, beautiful, absolutely spot on. With the sights and the whole works. I like that one. The crossbow, man, that's a bugger. And if I can't pull it back to use it, then what's the sense of me having it, right? So I'm just going to sell it, get rid of it. Somebody will have fun with it. At least somebody stronger than me. Hey, you guys ever see that video? I can't think of the guy that does this video. He does this video on YouTube, and he tests all these different guns out. Have you guys ever seen that guy? He's funny. He's a real funny character. He had oh, what's that power lifter's name? I'm trying to think of his name. I think he's from England. Can't think of his name. Anyways, he had him on his channel one day. It was hilarious. He was shooting all these freaking guns, man, and you could tell, you could see his shoulder being just thrown back from the power of some of these guns. It was crazy. He had this, I think it was a shotgun. It was huge, man. I don't even know how long. It looked like it was 6 feet long. This gun. I'm like, who are ever going to use that? You know what I mean? I don't mind people when they buy guns, and a lot of guns that are practical, but stupid is just stupid, right? I mean, let's face it. I don't get it. But hey, look, I collect guitars that some people might not like, so I guess I guess I could kind of understand. You get something that's really super rare or different. So. No, not Hickok 45. Yeah, he's a trip too, but he's losing his mind. He's getting old, right? It's a younger guy. He's probably around 40 years old, and I cannot think of the power lifter. He's got the world record. Whoever this weightlifter is, he's from England. I'm trying to think. He's funny too. He has his own videos too. I'm trying to think of his name. Can't think of it offhand. I'm not sure. It might be one of them. God, I can't think of it. What's that guy's name? Beast. The Beast is the powerlifter's name. Can't think of his name now. Oh God. Yeah, I can't. I really can't stand when people, you know, don't have respect for firearms. That is one thing that I can't tolerate. You know, people who just, want to see a gun, and then all of a sudden they're trying to point the barrel in your face. I don't like a barrel pointed in my face, whether it's empty and it has a lockout in it or not. I just don't like it. I think that those type of people shouldn't own firearms. If you're going to own a firearm, then I think that you need to go through a class. I really truly believe that. I don't care if it's a child, a woman, a man, whatever. You should learn about firearm safety. I think that that should be a requirement before you own a firearm. I absolutely think that that should be the number one thing. Um, I think that the number one thing is once you learn about firearm safety, less accidents happen that way. You know, and I just think that it should be a prerequisite to buying a firearm, not just you're 18 or you're just 21 years old, you can go get one. No, I think you should like in the state of Rhode Island, you have to be a blue card holder, pass the test before you can transport any weapons. Plain and simple. It might be Kentucky ballistics, but I do. I really think that, and I'm not being an asshat about it. I just think that firearm safety should be a requirement. You should know about firearms, not just want to go down there and be a gangster buying one. I think that you should really understand, because you can hurt yourself, kill yourself. You know, owning a firearm is not being cool. It's not a cool thing. I mean, a lot of us use it for sports or for hunting or whatever. You know, home intrusion safety. I mean, and people say, well, you shouldn't have a loaded firearm. Well, if you have children, then I don't believe you need to have a loaded firearm that isn't in a safe and locked up where children can get at it. I don't believe in that. But, you know, I mean, if it has a clip, then, I mean, a clip doesn't need to be in it. I don't believe that. That doesn't mean that clip shouldn't have rounds in it. Otherwise, what's the use of having a firearm? You know, that's a part of the safety portion of it. I mean, I don't know. I just think that the world is so stupid. Back when I was growing up, you didn't have to have safety classes because they were already imprinted in you from a young age. Your papa, your grandpa, or your dad always, it was one of those things. From generation to generation, they taught you how to use it, how to go hunting, how to clean your weapon, how to store your weapon, how to properly maintain it, you know. And I think that the problem with a lot of the things that go on in the world today is a lack of that, you know. And when there's a lack of discipline, there's always going to be, you know, bad outcomes, you know. I mean, that's what I truly believe. It's like the thing that happened up there in Maine, with that military guy. Look, they knew that he was wackadoodles, right? And he was telling them all they were wackadoodles. The military knew he was wackadoodles. The military was warning people that he was wackadoodles. So I blame that on all of those people that didn't do anything to prevent that. That's their fault. That fault falls on them for not taking the necessary precautions to do something with a guy like that. And I'm an NRA member. I support gun rights. I support the Second Amendment, but I mean, I don't support stupid. I don't support the fact people who have, mental health issues that are so severe that, they're hearing voices to go kill people. I don't believe in that. I mean, they shouldn't own a firearm. And I think they should be eaten with plastic forks, knives, and spoons because they're dangerous. You know, they need medication, they need help. They need to be institutionalized until they get them on the right medications and supervision to where they won't cause harm for themselves or anybody else. I mean, there used to be those things in America, and they shut them all down. Probably mostly because they wasn't doing it right. But in today's society, they could definitely do it right. You know, because there's a lot of radical people out there in the world today. They just let them loose. Pull back on the reins a little bit. Get some hospitals. Put them in some institutions. Give them 90 days. Try to get them on their feet. Get them the right medications to stabilize them. Get them some help. Because if you don't, they do crazy stuff like they did up there in Maine. Crazy. I mean, yeah, I mean, that's just not any old person either. That's a guy that's highly trained in firearms. That goes wackadoodle. Them people don't miss shots, right? They're aiming for specific parts, and they're gonna hit it. And their firearms are well calibrated. It's not just a regular Joe. Okay, this is that could have been all avoided, all of it. But so many people dismiss things these days. I mean, some things should be taken serious, especially when you know the U.S. military had already warned people about it, and then you didn't take the U.S. military's advice. Something's not right. Yeah, I don't know. In my mind, I think that everybody should have the opportunity to own a firearm and any type of firearm that they want. But if they're going to own a firearm, I think that to own those firearms, they should have safety classes. Plain and simple. And if you don't want to go safety classes, well, then you don't get one. Plain and simple. And I think they should offer the safety classes for free. Plain and simple. Okay, you want to purchase one. You have to have a certification that you hold on you, just like we do in Rhode Island, a blue card, right? And it's free of charge, and you do it a certain time of the month. And, maybe they have it twice a month or whatever. And you go down there, you register for different places, right? That have it open for free around, in your state. And you get down there and you learn about gun safety, the proper usage of guns, how to hold them, you know, how to make sure that the weapon is cleared, how to store them properly, how to work lockable boxes and safes and things like that. The care and maintenance of the weapon. I think that that's really, really, really important. I really do. I do. And then once you prove that, then hey, you're good to go because you have been taught, right? Somebody took the time to teach you. And then at the end of it, you have a written test, right? And the written test just to show that you were cognitive on the information that was presented to you. You know, you don't have to take that test that day, but you take the test like I had to take, and it was multiple choice test, and you got to get so many questions right. I think I missed one question out of all of them. Got like at 98%. I was pissed, but and here I am. I mean, I'm a I mean, I hate to say it like this, but I was trained to kill people. That's what the military trained me to do. And but you don't think of it that way. You think of it more in a sense as they trained me to do it a specific way with dignity and respect, and having self control and understanding, you know, how to handle it, when to use it, when not to use it. You know, Um, I mean, there's a lot to it. It's not just you go in there, they give you a gun, you go for it. That's not how military works. You know, there's a different level of understanding. of multiple weapons that still today I know how to work them. You know, I mean, I was an expert on multiple different platforms. But the one thing that I always learned, and I seen on being on different ranges and seeing accidents happen, were because people wasn't paying attention or they wasn't trained properly. And I just think that that's necessary. That's all. That's my take on it. I don't think you need to take guns away, or it doesn't matter what the gun is. I don't think that's the important thing. I think it's the safety part of it and making sure that, you know, they're mentally stable. That's all. Plain and simple. I ain't got nothing else to say about that. I really don't. And the worst ones are the ones that talk a great game and you know instantly they don't know anything about weapons. You know, especially when they grab the weapon and they do this. You know, they just stick their arm out or something, you know. I'm like, what are you doing? That ain't how you hold a pistol. Yeah, it is. Well, you have no control. You can't John Wayne things. I mean, that's just not how you do things. There's no safety involved in it, and I could tell you never had a safety class, and you have no control. You don't see, you know, police officers or military people doing that. That's not the proper procedures. You know, it's just, but they want to try to convince you of something that you already know is wrong. You know, it's crazy. I just don't get it. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I went to the range one day. Uh, my buddy invited me to go up and shoot my different AR platforms. So I'm up there, you know, and I usually clean everything prior to me even loading it, right? And I just have a certain way of doing it. And unless I'm trusting the other guys, I'm looking at them before I even go up into the box, right? So before I even enter the box to shoot downrange, I'm watching them other guys. I will not go in that box. I will not even attempt to put any rounds in my weapon and stand next to anybody that I haven't watched. I will not do it. And I don't care if they got a membership or not. I generally like to know and talk to them a little bit before I'll go into a box next to them. Just the way I am. Because anybody at any time can make mistakes. And, you know, that's just the way it is. I seen a guy drop his shotgun one day and he shot clay pigeons, you know, skeet shooter. He dropped his shotgun one day doing something stupid. And after I seen that, I was like, no, no, no. I used so you know now before I go to the range, I sit back and I watch everybody before I get in that box. Absolutely, I do not need an accident. You know. All right, we'll see you later, old soul. Take care. Have a good night. I'm getting ready to cut it off too. It's getting kind of late, but anyways, at least we had a good chat tonight. Didn't sell anything, but at least we had a good chat. That's what's important. So we'll have our auction next weekend. Hope to see you guys then. I love y'all. Take care. God bless. Do something good for somebody this week. And we'll see you soon. Night, Dove. Take care, brother. And by the way, I still got your stuff down here. Just to let you know. All right, guys. Take care. God bless. Pastor Bob. And I'm out of here. See ya.